music so I don't get nightmares.
Gotcha.
I'm sure Reed does.
Lucky.
What? She gets music in her room.
All right, well, y'all enjoy the rainy day.
Before they go to bed.
Yay.
All nightmares have
Hey,
snakes.
y'all remember that TV show, Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?
Yes.
Yeah, that
Yes.
question's been answered in my household. It is a resounding no.
Mama,
Wow.
you better than your grandma. Huh? Y'all are pretty smart. Let me tell you what. There's
All right, well, y'all enjoy.
my
Let me know if you have any
oldest from last
questions.
year. Her mom said the
All
same.
right, bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. I'm on page 300 and
I'm gonna take those
299.
out now.
I said that we are going to review this topic today. Excuse me. All right. So I'll go ahead and tell you. Your homework for tonight is to do all of page 300. Okay? We're going to review a little bit, and then I'm going to do a few of the problems with you, and then I'm going to cut you loose, okay? Sound like a plan? Uh-oh. Hold up. Never mind. I got it. I need my writing. Here we go. Yesterday, we were talking about rounding decimals, okay? Where do I round decimals? Well, so I can round them. I mean, I have to compare the decimals, right? So let's look on page 299, and some of this may be review for you, and if it is, that's great. Just hop on for the ride. Okay, so number 15. Everybody looking at number 15 in their book? It says round the decimal to the nearest tenth. Well, 2.761. Right now, my number is going all the way out to the thousandths place value, but I don't want my final answer in the thousandths place because the directions tell me I need to round that to the nearest tenth place. So I need to look at the tenth place decimal, which is 7. And I want to say, okay, it is 2.761. Is that in between? So if I were to draw this, let me show you this. If I were to draw a number line, and I wanted to, let's see here. Here I've got, let's see, 2.761. I want to know, is that closest to the 10th 2.7 or 2.8? And remember, I can annex these zeros right here. So that's like 2.700 and 2.800. Well, here's the halfway mark, right? The halfway mark in between 2.700 and 2.800. Again, those are still equivalent to 2.7 and 2.8. Okay, these are the same numbers. Remember, we can take off those zeros that are annexed right there. We can take those off. I want to know, okay, 761. Where does that fall in my number line right here? Well, the halfway mark is 2.750. I don't know who just made that slash, but that was a very good, accurate slash. Jaden, was that you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Take 2.761 now. Where is that going to be? That's going to be somewhere right about here, 2.761. Now notice, where are we closer to? Are we closer to the 2.8 or are we closer to the 2.7? 2.8. So the nearest tenth, 2.761. Again, check out the tenths place. 7 is in the tenths place. What is the number to the right of the tenths place? It's a 6, which means I'm going to bump this 7 up to an 8. 2.761 is closest to, it rounds to 2.8 as the nearest tenth. Now, do you always have to draw out a number line like I did? No, I just wanted to show you where is 2.761 on a number line. How could I find, okay, is it closer to 2.7 or is it closer to 2.8? Which tenth is it closest to? Logan, do you have a question?
Yes. How do we make marks to like show you the answer?
Well, Jaden looks like she's got a touch screen, maybe, or she's using her mouse to
I
make.
have a phone.
There
I'm
you
using a phone, so that's why, and I don't have a mouse.
Gotcha. But don't worry, you don't have to make marks on it. I can make it for you. You can tell me what I need to do, and I can do it for you too as well. All right, so let's clear this, and let's do another one like that. Number 18. 0.463. I want to know what is I want to round this to the nearest tenth. So check out the tenths place. 4 is in the tenths place. Look to the number to the right. It's a 6, which is 5 or bigger. So Tillman, what is this decimal going to round to? What's the nearest tenth?
5.
0.5. Yes, that 4 needs to bump up to a 5. Again, here's my number line right here. I want to know, okay, 0.463, that's in between 0.4 and 0.5, which is, and this goes out to the thousandths place value, so I want to annex my zeros to the thousandths place to compare. Here's my halfway mark, 0.450. Where is 463? It's going to be past that 0 mark right there. So it's going to be closer to 0.5. And again, just showing you on a number line where this value is. Let's do number 21. This time we're going to compare the decimals using greater than, less than, or equal to. So 8.345 and 8.349. Well, again, start from the left and start comparing numbers. 8 and 8. Okay, those are the same, so we can't compare them yet. 3 and 3, those are still the same numbers. 4 and 4, same numbers. 5 and 9. Well, 5 is less than 9. Therefore, very good. This is going to be a less than. What about number 23? 0.30 and 0.300. Solomon, what do you think about this one? What's the first thing I got to do?
You can annex a 0.
There you go. I need to make these decimals have the same number of place values, and I do that by annexing a 0. Now it's easy to see, Carrie-Elle, what is the comparison between these decimals? There you go. They are equal to one another. Very good. Okay, let's move to our homework. So if you're doing it in the book, that's fine. But if you're doing it on a separate sheet of paper, that gives you more room sometimes too. But whichever way is easiest for you. Number 25 and 26. Let's start with number 25. Okay, I'll do that one with you, then I'll let you do 26 on your own. First thing, mark on the number line the location of the decimal and then round the decimal to the nearest hundredth. So we've got 2 parts here. So first thing is, let's mark on the number line. So here's my number line, and I'm starting at 4.100, and I go all the way to 4.110. So that's saying I'm like going from 0 all the way to 10. And they gave us the halfway mark here, which is 4.105. Let's see. Oops, I didn't do enough. There we go. Okay. 4.107 is the number that I need to mark on my number line. Where is it going to be? Is it going to be to the left or to the right of 4.105? Logan, what do you think?
To the right, only like
Right,
two.
how many places? So this is 4.106, and this is 4.107. How many of you got that correct? How many marked it correctly on the number line? All right, so that's the first thing. Draw a point where that decimal lines up, where that number is. Now, the directions say round 4.107 to the nearest hundredth. Okay, well, Cariel, what number is in the hundredths place in 4.107?
7.
Ooh, not the 7, the hundredths place. This is the
0?
tenths. Yes, the 0 is in the hundredths place. So that's the number we're going to round. Are we going to keep it at 0, or are we going to bump it up to 1? Well, I got to take a look at the number to the right there. That's the 7, which means I need to bump my 0 up to 1. That 7 goes away, becomes a 0. Therefore, whoever drew that arrow right there is correct. It is closest to 4.11, which is also equivalent to 4.110. They just annexed the 0 there. So these are my two answers. Locate the number on the number line, and then you want to round it to the nearest hundredth. That's what the directions tell us. All right, let's look at number 27. Round the decimal to the nearest tenth. 3.007. Solomon, which number's in the tenths place?
The 0.
Which one?
First one.
There you go. All right. That's the number we're going to round. Are we going to keep it at 0, or are we going to bump it up to 1? Take a look at the number to the right there. Solomon, are we going to bump that 0 up or keep it at 0?
Keep it at 0.
Keep it at 0, because that 0 says, nope, you can't bump it up. It is going to be at 3.0. Number 29, 0.074. Still rounding to the nearest tenth. So, Logan, which number is in the tenths place?
The 0?
Which one?
The 0?
Which one?
Number 29.
Yeah, this 0 or the second 0?
Oh, the second 0.
The second 0. Sorry, I should have been a little more clarifying there. All right, so this is the number we're going to be rounding. We're going to keep it at 0, or are we going to bump it up to 1? Take a look at the number to the right there. Oh, that's a 7. Jaden is correct. That 0 is going to bump up to a 1. So the nearest tenth is 0.1. Jaden?
Do you want us to have each one of us to have certain color? Because you can change the color so you can tell which one's us.
You can do that, Jaden. You can
I don't know
change
how to do it.
which color you got. All right.
I'll do blue.
Okay, you got the blue. Number 31. 5.437. Now I want to round the decimal to the nearest whole number. So, Coleman, what's my whole number in number 31?
5.
The 5 is my whole number. So I'm going to round it. Am I going to keep it at 5? Or am I going to bump it up to 6? So look at the number to the right there. Oh, it's a 4. So do I round the 5 up to a 6? Nope. 5.437 rounds to the nearest whole number of 5. All right, you do number 33. Still rounding to the nearest whole number. Solomon got it. It is the closest whole number is 2. All right, let's see here. Number 35. Circle the digit in the thousands place. Cariel, which digit is in the thousands place? then number 35. Number 7, that is correct. All right, let's move to number 39. These ones, you have to write the equivalent value. So, 0.4. Tell me, what does that say? Give me that in, as you would say, like a fraction. Jaden, what is 0.4 as a fraction? All right, now how would you say that?
4/10.
Or 4/10. So this decimal right here could be said 4/10. Now, what would be the equivalent of that written as hundredths? Well, this is in tenths, so how do I make this decimal into hundredths? I have to annex a 0, right? So Solomon, what would that be?
0.40 hundredths.
Well, we want to write it just in word form. So it would be 40 hundredths.
Yeah.
0.4 would be equivalent to 40 hundredths. Logan, try number 41. 0.700. That's 700 thousandths. That's what this decimal is. But I want to know, what would it be in hundredths?
70 hundredths.
You got
You
it.
can take away one of the zeros.
Let me ask you this. 700 thousandths and 70 hundredths. Are those two equivalent? What do y'all think? Are those equivalent? 700 thousandths, that would be 700 over 1,000. 70 hundredths would be 70 over 100. I can eliminate zeros and get this down to 7/10 reduced. I can eliminate one set of zeros there. Yes. So these two things are equivalent to one another. Now, we wrote them differently, but remember, we can add zeros. So 700 thousandths, that's 0.700. 70 hundredths is 0.70. These two things are equal to one another. So I could just tag on a 0 there, or I could take off one of the zeros there. Logan?
And for it to be easier, can't you just take away one of the zeros in 700 and make it equivalent to 70 over 100?
You could. For number 39 and 41, though, they want us to get it in our mindset that, okay, 700 thousandths and 70 hundredths, those are equivalent to one another. We can just write them different ways. Now, number 45. Here we've got 0.16, and it says write this in word form. How would we write a decimal in word form? Not in fraction form. Fraction form would be 1600. What would it be in word form?
0.1.
Nope, that's not word form. It would be 16. So you gotta write out the word 16. Anybody?
Hundredths.
There we go. 16 hundredths. Get that on the end. 16 hundredths. What about number 43? Let's go back to 43. 5.25. What would this be in word form?
5 and 25 thousandths.
Thousandths. How far out does 25 go, Tillman?
Hundredths.
Oh, there we go.
But if we annex the 0, wouldn't that make it thousandths?
If you put a 0 there, but they don't have that 0 there. So we're just going to account for what they give us. 5 and 25 hundredths because 5 is your whole number. So you got to keep that separate. It's not 525 hundredths. It's 5 and 25 hundredths. Just like you would say 5 and 1/4 as a mixed number. All right. I'm going to let y'all do the rest on your own. Okay? So we did several of them together. You've already done a lot of them on your own piece of paper there. So just keep adding on to what you've got there. Make sure you go back, and we mainly just did some of the odd numbers. So make sure you go back and get those even up at the top, starting with number 26. Any questions? Any questions for me?
Ask her, did she?
Logan.
Did she
So we do have homework?
Yes, you did have homework tonight. You didn't have it yesterday, so you didn't have to turn anything in yesterday.
Okay.
All right.
What's homework?
I will put it on Google Classroom as well too, but it's all of page 300. We've already done a lot of it already together. You will have a quiz tomorrow over this lesson and 2 days ago lesson. So lessons 118 and 119. I will put that on Google Classroom for tomorrow. Solomon.
Did you record the lesson?
Yes, I did. I have the lesson recorded, and it will be on Google Classroom with today's assignment.
Okay.
So you can always go back and look at the examples that we did in class. I can't remember how to do number 44. Well, you did number 43 and 45. So go back and look at those examples. Okay? All right. Well, if y'all need anything, let me know. And I will see you tomorrow. All right. Bye, y'all.